Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to impart techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is HTML5 security. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Abhinav Chaurasia, Information Security Analyst at PayPal India Private Limited. Abhinav is relatively new to information security. In his current role as an information security analyst, he is responsible for phishing site takedowns. He did his master's in computer applications. As part of his curriculum, he researched HTML5 security and designing of a two-pass assembler. Abhinav's article on social engineering, The Line That Matters, was published in Hacker 9 magazine. He is currently working on developing a vulnerability scanner for Drupal. He has had the opportunity to give some technical talks in Null. He is always interested in learning new technologies and their implementation to make life easier. Abhinav enjoys poking around stuff to understand them inside out, and he likes solving problems through a programming approach. So without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Abhinav.
Hi everyone. So before we get started with the session, a very quick question to all of you. So why exactly is security so important? We all know the technology, we all are good programmers, but then why is security after all so important? Well, the answer to that question would be because just developing something does not end the task. What is more important is to have a secure development, because end of the day when the product rolls out, you would never want the product to break down and affecting your customers in the most adverse of fashions possible. So that is why we have security in place. And given the different sorts of technology that are coming up, HTML5 being one of them, which is going to soon be the leader in the world of World Wide Web, it will be very important to look into the security aspect of HTML5. And that is where I'll be talking about HTML5 security. So what exactly is HTML5? Why do we say HTML5 is at all needed? We already had the HTML, the very good HTML that we all used to design our web pages, and that was rendered by the browsers. Why HTML5 of all the things? The most important part of HTML5 to answer to this question would be the different sorts of features and APIs that are being introduced in HTML5. So as web developers, we all know that there has been a lot of workarounds that we had to use to get different types of tasks done, different sorts of features implemented, which was not there in a native environment. So HTML5 was the answer to all such sorts of headache when it came down to developers, to ease their task, to ease their everyday job, to help them develop very crisp applications overnight, and also with the same fluency that a desktop application would have. We have HTML5. Using these features of HTML5, we can develop a lot of things though, but on the second hand, as I earlier said, it is very important to look at how these features can be abused. The most important part of this particular feature, or rather the different features that are being introduced in HTML5 as APIs, is that these APIs are not confirmed as of now. They're still in the working draft mode by W3C, in which case we are supposed to be using it very cautiously. HTML5 as such has got tremendous benefit if it is used cautiously and if it is used with grace. But the moment we don't use it carefully, it can turn into a pain. So moving on from here to the next slide, I'll talk about HTML5. So what exactly, if we talk of HTML5 in technical terms, what exactly is it? It's nothing but a combination of the good old HTML that we used to use, the CSS and JavaScript, along with a lot of new features that have been implemented. All these features have been implemented across different browsers. It's not that all the features are implemented across all the browsers. There are several features that are implemented on one browser over the other. But then, yes, that is what we call working draft mode. So a lot of different browsers are trying their hands at understanding the different sorts of features. Well, as I mentioned already,